Today's USL Championship matchup between Birmingham and Sacramento is brought to you by Mike's Hard Lemonade Seltzer. We welcome you to Sacramento and Heart Health Park alongside former midfielder Adam Moffat. I'm Rob McAllister. Well, the USL has grown exponentially in the past decade, and we've seen the quality of the play reach a new height seemingly every season. But it has also led to a great deal of parity from coast to coast. Tonight's a perfect example of that. Both clubs with 29 points, a positive goal differential of 4, and each had undefeated Junes, which means, Adam Moffat, Republic will have their hands full if they want to extend this unbeaten streak here at home.
It's a great opportunity tonight to see a new team we have never seen before, Birmingham Legion, at home, 5-0-3, 14 goals scored, only 7 allowed. The reintroduction of Connor Donovan tonight should shore up that back line. Hopefully won't concede 3 goals again and keep putting the ball at the back of the net here at home, and they have a good chance that we get back on track here.
It's almost like these teams are looking in a mirror, very similar in the way they play, the way that the results have gone so far to date. Could be a great one here in the capital. It's Sacramento, it's Birmingham, and it's coming up next.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
This is the look of a little girl with big dreams, but only one last hope. A girl whose organs were shutting down as she was growing up. A girl who finally found her spotlight when she found her specialist. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
At SMUD, we're committed to zero carbon by 2030. We're creating more energy from renewable resources, reconfiguring our power plants to improve air quality, electrifying our fleet, greening our buildings, and accelerating clean energy with our first grid-scale battery farm. The Clean Power City movement is happening. For 37 ways you can join the charge, visit cleanpowercity.org.
Temperatures in the mid-90s here at kickoff between Sacramento and Birmingham, the first ever matchup between these two sides. Let's get to our player matchup here tonight. Two guys you want to keep an eye on, Western Health Advantage. Let's begin with Rodrigo Lopez, team of the week, sensational assist, a goal also against Oakland last week in the draw. It's been great all year long. Open Cup play here. What do you expect from here tonight?
He's the guy that leads the team. We saw that goal last week, and then the assist to salvage that point at home. Anytime he is on the ball, you just got to look out and see what's going to happen. Malik Foster's in there with him tonight. Keko's in there with him. Those guys have great chemistry.
They've had a great pairing so far. See if it'll continue against the Legion. Meanwhile, for Birmingham, another Team of the Week member, Enzo Martinez, 6 goals, 3 assists.
He was pivotal last week for them in that huge win, 3-0 on the road. They'll have confidence coming in here. They can do the same thing. He's a guy who'll be heavily involved. He loves those late runs from midfield, something that back three has to keep an eye on.
And you could make a case, 2 of the best attacking mids in all of USL Championship. Going head-to-head tonight, going to be a good one. Here's our Los Rios Community College starting 11. And we begin with, again, Malik Foster getting the nod. He has 4 goals on the year. Good to see Keko back and healthy.
Great. Healthy Keko, Roro, and then number 24 at the back, Connor Donovan, giving up 6 goals in the last 2 matches that he did not play in. we'll see tonight if he really was that difference maker.
Old Glory Red for Sacramento. The visitors will be in their white kits. The Legion in a 4-2-3-1. They've got one of the best goalkeeper veterans in the entire USL. We've seen him before. Matt Van Oekel allowing less than a goal a match. 43 saves. He's going to be quite another handful. We saw Blanchette last week. Another top keeper here tonight. It's going to be a good one, though, Adam. It's a warm night. The sun is setting, however, so you have to feel like these players are going to be juiced, ready to go. However, will we see what we saw last week? Probably not likely the way that these two teams play here. Our referee tonight is Corbin May. He gets the whistle there, and here we go from the capital of California. Sacramento going to the north end of the field toward the Tower Bridge Battalion. Physical player up top, and Juan Agudelo, MLS veteran player, 29 years of age, has size. It's a good thing to have Connor Donovan back in this lineup, as he's a guy who can bring a lot of strength. What do you expect here tonight? Oakland wide open. Could have been a 5-5 match for all what we know. What do you think here tonight?
I don't expect to see that. It was exciting, don't get me wrong. 6 goals, it's always fun to see that. You'd prefer it if you get the win there. As we see Dan Casey going long early. I think it'll be a bit more organized. I think both teams defensively are solid. And as we mentioned, Connor Donovan's back in there, so it might take a little bit to feel each other out. They're somewhat similar in how they set up. You see Dami Viadero looking to cut that one out, and this is a man you got to keep an eye on, Marlon, on the right-hand side.
Plays it forward, Enzo Martinez. Here's a chance already slipping through, and the visitors have an away goal. Juan Agudelo strikes in the first minute here in Sacramento, and already Sacramento in a deficit.
Did not expect to see that. That's something they would have came out, start strong, and the first opportunity the Birmingham Legion get, they go forward, and it starts with Dami Viadero. He's caught in 2 minds where they go win that ball, and Marlon nips in. Enzo Martinez involved. We spoke about him beforehand, and it's a great finish by Juan Agudelo using that big frame, blocking off Lee Desmond. 1-0.
3 goals on the year for Agudelo, the 4th assist for Enzo Martinez. We looked at the type of style we'll see here tonight. This is probably a better counter-attacking team than we've seen in quite some time. Now, how does Sacramento find some bite and get right back into it?
I've been in this situation as a player. You're shell-shocked. It feels like you're just starting the game, and now you find yourself down 1-0. You have to regroup. You don't want to panic too early. There's 89 minutes left. That's the one positive when you go down so early.
Well, we saw last week what happened. Sacramento goes down 3-2 late after taking a 2-1 lead into the half, and then come away with a point after Rodrigo Lopez brilliant play in the corner against Tarek Morad, putting him down and then lofting it to Luis Felipe for the game-tying goal and the goal of the week. A battle here as this Birmingham team has come out to play with some aggression. Haribo, this ball is played out to the left side now. Kasim with a little bit of an opportunity. Keko and Dan Casey able to poke it free. And now here's Malik Foster, adds some trouble for Birmingham on their own side. Here comes Malik Foster, and it's sent away. Crognali able to get there just in time, but Malik Foster, blazing speed, hard to keep up with number 99.
What a great outlet that is. See Keko's looking for Dami on that left-hand side. Just gets away from him, but we saw it last week from Malik. Just a long ball played in behind, and he will chase it down. And I'm sure those defenders for Birmingham would have looked at that goal and said, okay, let's give this guy a little bit of space. You don't want to get caught in a foot race with him.
LaGrassa has pressure behind. Roro's got a bit of room, and it's poked free. Keko brings such energy. You'll find that high press with number 7, Malik Foster. A lot more pace than we've seen up top. That means Douglas Martinez on the bench to start this game tonight. Rodrigo Lopez being hounded. Enzo Martinez. You know, we do these matchups, and rarely do you see these guys going head-to-head. You're going to see them head-to-head here tonight. Felipe's ball takes a deflection. He's right back to it, though. Goes down. Crognali down to turf. Viadero has some room. Marlon. Luis Felipe. What a season he's having. 2 goals. Keko. One thing from Birmingham, they're going to be compact. This is not going to be a lot of room to navigate through. Much different look from what we've seen the last couple of weeks. Keko into the corner. And Haribo able to earn the throw for the Legion.
Probably even more compact with that early goal as well. You won't see them maybe committing as many forward.
Public's press can create problems for many teams. Look at this from Malik Foster, putting on a clinic. Crowd loves it. Felipe Roro with a big opportunity, and it's deflected by Kavita. This Birmingham team led by Tommy Son is a 4-year MLS veteran, but has been around MLS more of a coaching role. DC United head man for a bit. Spent several years at New England Revolution, and just brings a real uplifting, positive attitude to this Birmingham team. And interesting to hear him talk about the difference from year one to now is that they wanted some ex-MLS guys who maybe just didn't quite make the cut. And he said, we've completely rethought what we do. We want veteran guys who are just really good footballers. It's not about where you played. We're going to find you pretty much wherever. They built more of a USL style team, and it's proved successful. They've made the playoffs every single season.
Yeah, it was a real interesting conversation with Tommy Son and getting his take on that. Juan Agudelo, he is one of those MLS veterans, and we've seen what an impact he can have so far. But it's that when you're forming these teams, do you go for players who maybe haven't had too much MLS experience? We have some guys out there for our own team, right, who've done the same. So it's that balance, or do you go find a guy like Malik Foster, Keko, Dami Viader, who's in the USL and working his way up? It's all about getting to know what the player's going to bring, and I think this year in particular, Todd Donovan and his team have done a fantastic job. Mark Briggs as well.
And you look at both these teams, the way that the changeover happened, not a lot for Birmingham. They really wanted to focus on keeping their core. Now, one of their best players, Enzo Martinez, new this season, but a lot of these guys, especially defensively, this back line has been together now, and they felt like it was very important in hopes of it getting a title one of these days. Here's Marlon again on the right side, 26-year-old out of Brazil. It's going to be a fun battle between these two tonight. And shrugging down, here comes Lee Desmond. And Viader was hoping to earn a whistle from Corbin May, and Mark Briggs also pleading a case. There'll be a throw along this right side. Mark Briggs hoping his team can rebound. What a fantastic June, undefeated 5-0. But here in July, it's winless so far after 2 contests. Foster, a little combination with Keko. Jack Gers along that right side. Does Kirk go see him? Keko out to Laroro now. Lopez angling. Roro dumps it off to Keko. Keko plays it back again. LaGrassa will chase with Kasim.
You like seeing that early interchange between Roro and Keko, two such clever players. Ball broken up into the feet of Malik Foster, and it's actually one of Malik's strengths is he's good at holding that ball up as well, getting in front, not only just running in behind, and you need to have that balance as a player. You don't want to be too one-dimensional. Once again, Juan Agudelo's on the ball for the Legion.
James getting a touch on it. Felipe. Keko. Keko dealt with that hamstring injury, came as a substitute against Oakland in his first appearance after missing a couple of games. Now, both these teams are 29 points, 8 wins on the season. Legion have played 1 more contest, a loss, so 8-5-5 compared to Sacramento's 8-4-5. This ball's over the top, looking for Martinez. As Desmond goes back and dangerously misstruck again, and Vidiello has to get it out of play as the pressure from Enzo Martinez. And a big sigh of relief from this crowd, nearly an own goal. Felipe trying to spring Malik Foster forward. Kavita's giving chase. Here comes Malik. He's got room. Keko's running down the middle. Here's Keko. Keko! And it's just off the mark. Great combination and spreading that field out as Malik Foster is. Crognali and Kavita are going to have, they're going to have to get their wind underneath them. It's going to be a long night if we see more of this from Malik Foster. for this Birmingham team.
Fantastic ball, Malik. What a ball he plays as well for Keko, and you see Keko just trying to use the inside of that right foot. He's running away from goal. Those are always tricky to get it back on target, but positive signs.
And Cronali closing in quickly. Cronali led the team in clearances for 2 straight years. And let's get to our Delta Dental injury report. And for Sacramento, great news. Everyone ready to go. Ruben Kleeman, however, out for the Legion. And Roof really working his way into the starting 11. Loved his tenacity. And Coach Stone saying they're really devastated to lose him because they felt like he had worked so hard to get an opportunity in the 11. And unfortunately got injured last week. Talk about parity in the pre-game match here. We talk a look about how the league has not only gotten better, but just now you're seeing matchups with teams that look like each other. And this is a very good opportunity to see how you test almost against the way that you tend to play quite a bit. They press a little bit different areas, but here's Dami Villader. And Cronali able to send the ball away in a corner kick. Atlas disposal first of the evening.
Keko involved once again. Frees Dami Villader. And you're maybe looking back at this and thinking, take a shot on goal, get a rebound. You see what he's trying to do. He's trying to find Malik Foster, but hit the frame on that one. Look for a rebound maybe.
We've seen 2 early match goals for Villader this season. Roro lifting back post. Connor Donovan, Casey, and this ball's a bit high. But if you look at the matchup here, both going into this match with a +4 differential, both now have scored 22 goals on the season. Undefeated in June. They both scored 3 goals in a game last week. And they're both 4-1-1 in the last 6 matches here. Pretty incredible, the parity we're seeing here this evening.
Is there any more similarities?
How many
letters are in Sacramento?
Yeah, how many more nuggets going to give you?
And Birmingham is at 10.
I like how you're doing the math right now. Casey springing.
Oh, they're 10 each, Rob.
Unbelievable. Here's Malik Foster. Can he make it 1-1? Malik Foster to his right, and it's denied again as James able to get back and break up the play. 2 great stops from this back line. Could be looking at 1-1. And that's what you'll see from both these teams. 2 very good defensive squads. Interesting enough, you look at Sacramento, the goals allowed 6 in the last week. But before that, 12 from the first 15 matches.
And maybe that's 7 with that early one tonight as well. So they have just come as of late. But you got to love the response. Malik Foster's been heavily involved since that early goal. Sacramento's dominated the ball, but we saw how quickly the Legion can just get out, hit you on the break. So that's something Sacramento's really got to be wary of, even if they're in the attack.
Dean along this right side of Macon, Georgia. The 24-year-old has played every single match for the Legion this year. Dan Casey is getting forward. Great ball to Keko. Back heel, Roro. Malik trying to find the seam. Splits the middle, being bumped and taken to the ground. And Asiadu whistled for the foul, and a good set piece here. Love it here with Rodrigo Lopez likely over this ball. Asiadu, their box-to-box midfielder. And he's a bit fired up, and now a yellow card is shown early in the crowd. Feeling it, maybe a bit of a momentum swing with that.
Yeah, I think the crowd love it as well, because anytime you get a free kick in around the box like this and Rodrigo Lopez is in the game, you know what might happen. And there's no doubt about it with the yellow card with Asiadu. He's got his body and he's not touched the ball and prevents Roro from taking a shot.
Well, Matt LaGrossa, speaking to the media earlier this week, said, you know, there's been jokes that maybe Roro's not as fast as he once was, but you know what? That was a heads-up play, and he said mentally Roro is as good as anybody at this point, and he's able to do so many other things because his mind is so sharp and such at a high level. He has a problem, maybe other guys trying to reach that level, but he has not had a problem maybe taking that veteran leadership and that veteran experience to the next level here for this Republic team. And now he's got to Free kick coming up in the 15th minute. An early score by the Legion. And now Van Oekel, the 35-year-old, looking to stop the Republic from tying this one up early in the first half. Lopez, 3 goals on the year.
It's a big wall he's going up against, and a big wall in Matt Van Oekel as well. But if anyone can do it.
Roro sliding, hits that wall. Looking for a rebound. And they're able to earn possession back. Counter-attack goal. Agudelo. Assist from Martinez, his 4th on the year. Played into the corner for Villadere. Dean getting to it. Well delivered ball. Enzo looking to turn. Plays it forward. What a ball this is to the right side to Marlin. Marlin crossing this ball in. It'll be let go. It'll be finding right back to the middle. Dangerous as this bounces around on the 18. And that counter springs so quickly for this Legion team. How do you battle against that?
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Kasim so far, but you can see he's a threat on that left-hand side, not only Marlin on the right, but it is so quick, and you constantly got to be aware of where Agudelo is, and then you think of Martinez as well. He comes in late on those runs, so as I mentioned earlier, even when you're attacking, you have to be organized at the back.
Well, the boys in Old Glory Red will be back on the road next weekend to take on the Rising in Phoenix. That's July 23rd. You can join the Ease Brewing for a watch party. Keep the pint night. All fans will have a chance to take home an exclusive pint glass with purchase. That's coming up on the 23rd, 7:30. Kick in Phoenix. Keko battling with Kavita there. Kavita, Pernali each with a bit of size in those center back positions. A traditional back 4 for the Legion. Here comes the press from Sacramento, staying high. Siadu, box-to-box man for Legion, trying to draw Dami in. They really use their wingers to an advantage, don't they? And a bit soft for Marlin, and a goal kick for Sacramento.
I like that from the referee, letting that go. The linesman as well, standing right there. It just shows you there's no need for him to go down. He has the ball, Marlin, and he's trying to cheat the system a little bit. I'm sure that'll frustrate his teammates.
Keko running into some space. Roro coming in from behind, and as a double team approaching, this ball sent out. And a deep throw for Sacramento. Gurr back to Keko, and it was out. Is he called offside on that? It's awfully close.
I
think it's over
Sacramento.
the line.
Yeah.
So throw in Sacramento, so maybe last touch by the Legion. We'll do it again. Celebrating 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official ball supplier of the USL Championship. SelectSportAmerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Gurr. Kavita there. LaGrassa coming in contact with Hervo. And this Legion team, we talked about keeping most of that core, but their 3 top goal scorers from a season ago. Junior Flemings was sold to Toulouse in France. League One, Nico Brett joined New Mexico United, and JJ Williams on to Tulsa, but they found really nice players in Agudelo and Martinez, and now moving here as we just speak with him. Columbia native who grew up in New York, plays it off a bit heavy for Marlin. But Agudelo, Minnesota United last year, spent 6 seasons with the Revolution. Got to know the head coach during that opportunity. But he has over 280 professional appearances. Agudelo, one of the more decorated strikers in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, he was a really promising young player when he broke out in his teenage years for the New York Red Bulls and made a big difference for them. I believe got to move overseas. Am I right on that, Rob? Or am I?
So he played at Chivas and then Inter Miami and Minnesota as well.
We'll get our researchers to check that one up. But
yeah. It was a long list, but he's definitely a guy who, at just 29 years of age still, appears to have a lot to give. Found his 3rd goal in the season for Legion.
And Tommy Son spoke about one. He might not score as many goals as Nico Brett did last year, but he contributes so much. He takes so many bodies. He pulls those center backs in, and that's when you get Enzo Martinez involved as Jack Gurr trying to whip an early ball in there. So that's the threat they got to look at. It's not only him holding that ball up, it's those runners coming off of him.
Justin Braun did a lot of that in 2014 for this Championship Republic team. And last touch by Jack Gurr. So James, a little bit of pressure from the Canadian. Well, area students here in Sacramento can take advantage of the exclusive ticket offer, the College Student Pass, providing discounted access to Republic FC home matches all summer long. Secure your discounted tickets for as little as $10, over 50% off. Head to the website for more information. Plenty of games still to go here at home. Here's Dean. Santos and Marlon just out. And Marlon came over from Tulsa. He was their offensive player of the year. 9 goals, 4 assists. So while Williams went to Tulsa, Santos comes the other way. Lee Desmond back out wide. He was in that central position for the first match, and then Dan Casey for the one against Oakland. Look at Keko here with Connor Donovan back in the starting 11. Keko again deflected just along the edge here, crashing. Here's a chance. Malik Foster went up for it. Roro was waiting for it on the other end, and Malik didn't see him and tried to make an acrobatic play.
You love the effort from Malik Foster there, but Roro's got to communicate. I know it's loud in here, and maybe he has, maybe Malik hasn't heard him. But good play once again. Keko, Malik, Roro, they're all involved. That's how the Republic are going to find their way back into this if they win the ball here.
Great move by Roro, and it's deflected and will get across the line, barely. Very dangerous from Van Oekel.
The speed from Matt Van Oekel there, not known for that.
But you saw Rodrigo Lopez play that perfectly. As he saw that ball come, essentially knew he was going to have to make a turn. And Roro was there waiting for it, has earned this ball back. Atlas disposal, corner kick here for the Republic, looking to tie this after an early goal by the Legion in the first minute. Roro directing traffic, lost this one up. Here goes an opportunity for LaGrassa, and it sails away. Villader whipping it right back in, looking for Felipe, who had a game-tying header. And that'll head to the north stands from Keko.
You'll see this goal kick here for Birmingham Legion, and they like to play out from the back. Matt Van Oekel doesn't kick it long too much. As you see there, building up, Matt LaGrassa winning it.
Underlapping run from Gurr. Keko looking for a teammate just beyond the reach of Felipe, who thought maybe player flowing in support would be there. And a turnover from Sacramento. Haribo. Also with the New England Revolution. The homegrown player signed in 2015, just the 3rd ever homegrown signing for the Revs. Ball kept in play. Siadu.
We've seen Kasim's come out to this right-hand side. He'll want to try and get into the game.
Haribo. Kasim. Left foot keeps it low. Harivu, the build-up coming. Ball flipped in. Another opportunity, follow-up. Enzo takes a deflection. And this ball will luckily sail away for Sacramento. As you've seen this triangle almost start to form with this Legion side, and they've nearly earned themselves a second goal in the night.
Dami Viader's fortunate. He lost the run from Kasim and kind of comes off his arm. Bobbles around, and for Sacramento goes out for a goal kick, which will please them, but you just see how dangerous that front four is for this Birmingham Legion side.
Felipe has room to work in the middle of the park. He's going to put this right side of the field. Didn't take enough of a hop, and Van Oekel is there.
That would be, you've been watching the golf this week, right?
Oh,
Is that a fade? Would that be a fade what he just did there?
Yes, it would be a fade.
That'd be a fade,
little cut, little cut, draws when it really moves to your left if you're a right-handed swing. Well, don't miss your chance to learn from the best. Republic FC summer camps presented by Rayleigh's. In addition to lifelong memories, end up with a t-shirt and a ball. For more, head to the website for more information. To get signed up before the fall, we'll be here before you know it. Here's the communication as Gan Casey comes back. First game back in 3 for Connor Donovan and this, I guess, 3-part trident spear. What do you want to call these three? It's been quite a group. They've been fantastic together, but allowed 6 goals with Connor Donovan out. And now trying to make sure they stay on the same page. Going against a very tough Legion team who's on the road. Casey. Good combination here from Sacramento. LaGrassa going to put this into the corner for Viader.
The flag was up on that one for offsides, but I think he might have taken it down with his hand as well, or his arm.
Van Oekel spraying this forward. Body to body, Enzo. Martinez brings it down. Already has an assist tonight. Off to Kasim. And the Irishman, Lee Desmond, able to get there. Gerb. Quick touch from Roro. Keko. And Harivu able to slow this counter from Sacramento. Roro cutting back in and just is pushed down to the ground, gets right back up from Kavita, the center back, all the way out of position here, and takes Roro down again as baits him into a foul. And now Kavita is going to earn a quick chat from the referee, Corbin May. A lot of savvy veterans, both sides here tonight. Felipe Viader going against Dean. Viader cutting this one through, and Van Oekel is there to make the stop. Not leaving it up for chance. But you're right, the last look Viader had could be 1-1 here.
Good play by Dami Viader. Gets in those 1v1 situations. It's just that final ball. Just doesn't get enough to pull it back across the face of goal, what he's trying to do. And Matt Van Oekel's alert, the experience back there, comfortable enough for him. And you see the press here from Sacramento.
The press has been fairly good so far tonight. Sacramento with 55% of the possession. And they've had some opportunities. This is a Legion team that they're not going to score in bunches, but they're going to take advantage on the counterattack. Sacramento building as well. Viader right back to Keko! Denied! What a save from Van Oekel. Still not done yet, Haribo. How is that not in the back of the net? Adam Moffat. And Sacramento earns a foul against Agudelo.
The combination was brilliant from the Republic, and you think Keko's put them even on the night, but Matt Van Oekel says not today. The big paw going down to the right-hand side, and he did a great job just pushing it away as well. I've played against Matt Van Oekel before, and he's done that to me as well. Just claws that ball away from you.
44 saves on the season after that stop there against Keko. Keep the Legion with a 1-goal advantage after a score by Agudelo early on. This ball's floated to the top. Malik Foster. Crognale is there. Dan Casey will head it. Still in play for Sacramento. And now the whistle comes in late, as it appears there may be an injury to the Legion's back line. And fans are unhappy. Felt like the play was stopped as Kavita, excuse me, was able to get one. Maybe took a knock to the head here. And Connor Donovan and Van Oekel having a conversation. Know each other from their OKC days.
There was a collision there, and Kavita initially does go down, and you see he's holding his head, but then he resumes play, and that's when the referee, I think that's the frustration of the fans over there and the players. He got back up and he gave Connor Donovan a little tap, but I'm gonna go check on him. Check his beard.
You can just check the size of Van Oekel standing next to Connor Donovan. Makes Connor Donovan look small.
I mean, tell me, he's a big fella.
He's a big boy.
I said pawed it away. He's paws.
Big gold grizzly bear back there.
What a great career though he's had and continuing to have.
Well, SMUD has been powering the community for more than 70 years and has made the commitment to eliminate carbon emissions by 2030. Join the charge for a clean power city at cleanpowercity.org. An assist from Martinez to Agudelo in the first minute of action here in Sacramento is the difference on a counterattack. An early goal that really smacked Republic in the face a bit, giving a wake-up call. LaGrassa. Agudelo gets his big frame in the mix. Kasim now back on the left side. He's interchanging with Marlin, maybe trying to play a bit of mind games with Dami Villader. And the battle continuing here. Dan Casey still fighting and able to win this ball back. So good defensively in 2021. One of the few guys brought back from Mark Briggs' roster. And they have loved the energy and tenacity he has brought each and every match. And has started every game. Crognale out to Dean, and it is Vidiello in good communication with his back line this time. Gurr, look at this ball slipping through. Malik Foster finding it just outside the 18, back heel, beautiful to Keko. Gurr, and a turnover. Kasim now looking upfield. Siadu just inside the circle. We'll find Dean. Dean led the team in assists a year ago with 5. Excuse me, led the team in minutes and also added 5 assists. He was a solid player who was originally drafted by Orlando in 2020.
Big week last week too. Got a goal and he was involved in another. From that right back position. It's always good when you have guys to see. Here's one of them here, Dami Villader, guys who can from deeper positions get involved.
Villader keeping it alive for Sacramento, and now after all that hard work, Matt LaGrassa going down to ground not once but twice. Both these teams just play with a different type of energy. Marlin along that right side. Here's Kasim looking to take a big swing on it. Connor Donovan and Dan Casey pair to take this away. Now Sacramento looking for a counter of their own. Keko, Dami in the middle to Malik Foster. Good recovery from the Legion. This ball sent to the other side to Rodrigo Lopez. Dami awaiting. Dami makes an inside move. Stays on his feet, and Enzo Martinez not able to keep it in play, and it's last touch by the Legion. A corner kick for Sacramento here. Crowd stomping their feet, ready to explode with a game-tying goal. Three assists, 34 chances created. Best on the team. Roro, back post. Casey heading this down. And now a word from the California Office of Traffic Safety.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a rideshare. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
Lopez. Casey. Legion staying quite compact. And Kavita runs over Keko. And Keko was it for the infraction, a handball?
Yeah, that'll go down to handball. I think the referee...
Was it a handball because he got pushed?
It was, yes, it's one of those, typically as an attacker, you go down, you smother it, and you get the foul, and it looked like there was enough contact there for a foul, but to be fair, the referee, Marlon's gone down a couple times, he has not given him a foul, so maybe feeling he needs to even it up a little bit.
Dami just able to get away. Marlon sprinting back on defense. Roro shifting toward the middle of the park here for Felipe. There's been room for Sacramento to operate. Gurr, Keko.
At this point in last week's match, the Republic were 1-1, and it seemed like they were trying their hardest for 10 minutes not to concede before the break. Ended up getting a goal. But it seems like they're on the front foot right now, looking to get one.
Little combination. Gurr coming back. Gurr sliding through, trying to find Malik. Crognali there again. Crognali and Kavita have made timely gambles, and it's worked out well. Now Enzo Martinez. Continued pressure. Love the run from Jack Gurr. Ball whipped in as Connor Donovan will let it take a bounce. LaGrassa. Quickly, Gurr turning. Finding Lopez. It'll be Dami Villadair on this left side. Back centrally is Felipe. And let's go back to the former San Jose Earthquake. Roro just trying to force this one through. Unable to find Malik, but gets the ball back anyway. Dami Villadair's got a bit of a seam. Dean trying to bait him, finding Malik. Malik will send across it. Here's Roro, one touch. Roro and into the arms of Van Oekel. Fantastic display of a skill there from number 8 to bring that ball down and get a quality strike. But Van Oekel, it's going to take something a bit special to get past the 35-year-old from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Yeah, he does everything right. Rodrigo Lopez does it, skips to him. Keeps it on target, just unfortunately straight at Matt Van Oekel, but you just love the patience from that first touch. It's a tricky ball coming to him, and he just lets it sit down, get a good connection. But it's going to take a lot to beat Matt Van Oekel tonight.
9 shots for Sacramento, 2 on target. And they have so far had the majority of the possession here tonight. It's that early counterattack goal that has been the difference. 1-0 Legion. Villadair gets it back. Dami going down, collision, and he will be whistled for the foul. He lost it, and Marlon Santos was there. Lee Desmond. Here's Felipe. Roro looking for a team. They're going to put this right over the top, maybe catch Van Oekel.
A battle between Juan Agudelo and Connor Donovan. Those back three have got their work cut out for them tonight, trying to contain Juan Agudelo. He is a big boy. He is not afraid to use his frame.
Well,
might have been a little bit over the top there. Referee doesn't call it. You got to keep going. And Stoke City, that was the team he went to over in England. Stoke City,
good memory.
Beautiful part of the UK.
I mean, he's played the top leagues in the world here. Vidiello, good stop. Good to see Vidiello come out and grab that one a couple times against Oakland. We saw him punch away, which is not the Danny Vidiello we're used to seeing. Look at Roro trying to play little games here with Dean, able to get this ball back, takes a hop. And Keko is whistled for the foul as Haribo collides into Keko. Well, I'll tell you what, Corbin May has let him play it a bit tonight, so there's...
Yeah, on this one, once you see the replay, Keko's arm is up into the neck of Zach Haribo, and I have the fortune of getting to see it on the screen before most others do, but I don't think it's too much. Again, nothing malicious.
Interesting watching tonight's match versus what we saw in Oakland. Much more physical tonight. We haven't seen a physical type match like this in really a few weeks. Even down in LA, I don't know if it was as physical as we've seen. Legion done a really nice job using their bodies to their advantage tonight. And as you know, a more physical team, as the game goes on, those calls aren't always made and can be working to your advantage. And so far, Legion have been able to do just that. Throw in. Roro going to backhead this one. Crognali onto Malik Foster. Foster trying to find a teammate, slipping the seam. Here comes Keko. Out comes Van Oekel sliding to pick this one up. Another great ball.
Yeah, you almost want the roles reversed there. You want Keko playing it through to Malik Foster, but it was a good idea. Just a little too much on it.
Haribo. Back to Martinez. Felipe finds a gift. Roro, can he get right back to him? Stepping through, here comes Felipe. And Siadu does a nice job getting back, working with his back line. A couple times tonight, he's able to find himself winning the ball, turning into a counterattack for this Legion side. You can just tell this team is well coached. They know their roles. They don't try to do too much that they're not asked to do. And when they stay within that program, this Legion team is quite successful. Lopez, look at Foster speeding down. Crognali getting there. 1-1-1 here. He's going to need some help as a double team is coming. Crognali pushing off, and Crognali has to concede a corner. Well done by Malik after he ran out of options.
Does well to get his team a corner kick here, and it's an opportunity late in this half to try go into that halftime 1-1.
Response has been good so far for Sacramento. They haven't found the goal quite yet, but after Agudelo in the first minute to take the lead, the Republic have been on their front studs for most of this 44 minutes. Roro directing traffic, wants one of his big dotties closer, and he's going to put Lee Desmond right on the post. Curling this ball in, back for Connor Donovan, and takes it off the head there. I think Roro was trying to create some space on that backside.
I think he's, by putting the bodies in the way, I think he's trying to put it right on top of Matt Van Oekel, essentially shooting from there, which he has the capability of doing. He just got a little too much on it once again there. I think he'll be disappointed at that. He's He's a perfectionist. He's a guy who, on these set pieces, he wants that ball to, he visualizes where it's going to go, and just a few of them just haven't gone perfectly for him so far.
Well, what you love about this Republic team is what we're seeing from them is there's no panic. Ball off of Keko's arm. And even they find themselves in tough positions. They go down a goal. It's no different from when they're up a goal. And so it's a big chance moving forward for Sacramento to fail to find some results like we did last Saturday. Rodrigo Lopez, you could just see his mind working there and how he was going to take down Tarek Morad and setting up Luis Felipe for the game-winning goal, or game-tying goal, excuse me.
Felt like a win at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. And Otar Carlson with 2 goals that night, already has another goal against El Paso tonight. He has been brilliant. Just knows how to find a way to score. 2 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards Program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleigh's.com.
There's 2 more tonight, so add that to his tab.
Should put him at 15 on the season. Keko has some room. Kavita trying to get there, broken up into some space just outside the 6. Roro wins it back. Is it off of Marlin? It is. A corner kick for the Republic here in the final minute of the first half of play. Crowd stomping their feet, trying to will a goal here late in the first half. What a job by Roro to win that ball. Earns the possession of the Atlas disposal corner kick here. Keko coming, drawing in Martinez. And Marlon Santos is told to take a few steps back from the referee, Corbin May. The right-footed in-swinger ball. Here comes a chance. Dan Casey laying out. And it should be a Republic throw. Maybe last opportunity for Republic to get something quickly here. Villader. Casey. It's going to be Jack Gurr. And there's a quick whistle. So the first half comes to an end in Sacramento with the Legion coming out of the gate with a goal in the first minute. Juan Haggadello is 3rd on the year, and the Legion come into Sacramento with a quick lead as they go into the break. But you know it's going to be a tight one. We knew it was going to be a tight one. What to expect the next 45? We can only expect more of the same. Don't go away, a full halftime show coming for you. It's the State Fair night here in the capital of California. Legion 1, Sacramento 0 at the break.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012, because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
At SMUD, we're committed to 0 carbon by 2030. We're creating more energy from renewable resources, reconfiguring our power plants to improve air quality, electrifying our fleet, greening our buildings, and accelerating clean energy with our first grid-scale battery farm. The Clean Power City movement is happening. For 37 ways you can join the charge, visit cleanpowercity.org.
This is the look of a boy who had no hope of walking. A boy who had his spine rebuilt before he was born. A boy who now stays on his feet and keeps mom on her toes. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
Next up from Heron Elementary School, also raising over $500. Give it up for Sydney Petty. Let's give it up one more time for both of our cardiac kids doing positive things in our community. That's what I'm talking about.
A warm Saturday night. Modelo at the break. The State Fair in town. You gonna ride some rides after the game here tonight?
If we win, I will.
You'll get on there, one of the spinning ones?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I can't
Why
do that
not?
anymore.
Eat some funnel cake before that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of powdered sugar, though.
Oof.
You got to load it up. 1-0 here, Legion with the advantage at the break. Well, a few weeks ago, we mic'd up Douglas Martinez Jr. during training. Caught some few moments during that training session.
Oh, dale, Romy, hey, un poquito más de frijoles tenés que comer, ¿no? Hey, ¿no te da comida tu papi o qué? ¿No te da ceviche, frijolitos, nada? Ah, sí. ¿Chapulines no come? Ah, Jack. Está sacando los mocos, ¿no? Good morning, teacher. Good morning, teacher. Buena, Romy. There's no friends. No friends, no Vitiello? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem.
It was Roman. I was
No.
I was being a nice guy.
Oh, yeah, thanks for that, bro. Buena. Yes, ball don't lie. Ball don't lie, you see? Yes, player of the week. Ooh. Oh, player of the week, yes. Hey, Malik, are you cold, bro? Are you cold? Bala. 100 degrees and you're with... No. Uy. I know. What is that? What are you doing? Same? Oh, that's Usain Bolt? That's your Usain Bolt movement? Oh, okay, I got it. Malik Foster with a header! Huh? Big fish Foster! How do you feel? Winning that player of the week in 5 minutes.
Feel like a bonus?
Raheem Sterling.
Bonus?
Oh, $2,000. Easy bonus, no? I see you. You have fun after the game? Oh, sorry. Cut it off. Cut it. Good morning, teacher. Good morning, teacher. How are you?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
I mean, yeah, this time about today where I'm going to go.
Roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
Tucked in, locked in, Louisville level. An exclamation point, and this boy can't stop scoring.
On cue, levels it for Louisville.
And it's all turning up goals.
It's the Modelo halftime show here in Sacramento. Rob McAllister, Adam Moffat with you. State Fair night. And the Legion with a 1-goal advantage after 45 minutes and some change. Let's go around the league, shall we? Lots of news and notes this time of year. Interesting to see where clubs are starting to find their way through the season. And many of these clubs hoping that they'll make a deep run next year, but Republic are that team this year making that US Open Cup run. They'll be right here against Sporting KC on July 27th. How about that? Santa Barbara adding to the USL pyramid. They'll be coming out. A great soccer city. I know that Rodrigo Lopez grew up there, played Santa Barbara, Ventura County.
Fusion, yeah.
Fusion,
the
yes,
Fusion.
yeah.
A lot of players have gone through that PDL team, and there you see Nola, USL as well. Warren Smith involved in that, former owner here of Sacramento Republic. So that'll be great for New Orleans.
It just continues to grow and it gets better and better. And you know, we talked about earlier how the league is not what it was 5 years ago even, and the quality you have to come with each and every night. There's no longer the gimme games, the 6-0 games. When Orange County was just a couple of guys that almost picked up at the park. I mean, this team obviously won the title last year in Orange County. And you've got San Antonio, who has had a resurgence. They are at top again. Colorado Springs having a fantastic season behind their trio of strikers. And you look at Sacramento, where they are in the standings right now. They haven't played as many games as some of the others here. So good opportunity is that you look at El Paso, who has 4 more games right now, just 4 points ahead. Here's our standings brought to you by Honda. But it'll be interesting to see where we are midway through August, as now those games will start to even up a little bit, get a better look at how the rest of the way will go. USL on ESPN. RGV Las Vegas. That's tomorrow. Louisville Phoenix. Probably not going to be the premier matchup we thought it was going to be.
The Louisville part is.
Yes, they've held their part. And Sacramento, Orange County on September 18th. So Sacramento will see that Phoenix team next Saturday. So that will be a big one to keep an eye on as these two teams keep it going. So State Fair night, it's starting to cool down a bit. We've got your highlights and stats coming up next here on the Modelo Halftime Show.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012, because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
This is the look of a woman who fought cancer for years with no answers. A woman who bravely championed her own health and found a doctor who'd do the same. A woman whose ending was rewritten when she found remission. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
At SMUD, we're committed to zero carbon by 2030. We're creating more energy from renewable resources, reconfiguring our power plants to improve air quality, electrifying our fleet, greening our buildings, and accelerating clean energy with our first grid-scale battery farm. The Clean Power City movement is happening. For 37 ways you can join the charge, visit cleanpowercity.org.
Kid, you gotta get one. They're nice and big. Even during the summer, they breathe wonderfully. Any Interactor City, what better way to do it? You can pre-order yours right now at any of the City Trees merchandise sites online at shop.sacramentofc.com.
Welcome back, Modelo at halftime in Sacramento. as the sun just setting a few minutes ago here. And for Sacramento, not the start that they had envisioned. And the Legion, maybe one of the best counter-attacking teams in the Eastern Conference, showing exactly why they are in the playoff hunt. Second minute, it was pretty much the first minute here. And an overplay, and it leads to this.
Yeah, Marlon to Enzo Martinez. Juan Agudelo, what a touch. Uses his body hold off Lee Desmond, and 1-0, 1 minute into the game. What a start for the Legion on the road.
And good response here from Sacramento, as that early goal clearly not the way Mark Briggs wanted to see this team start the match, but the response was good. You had a couple of really good looks and good opportunities. Malik Foster was getting into some space, and his buildup on this left side here, just a great opportunity. And Van Oekel goes to ground and makes a fantastic stop to keep it a 1-goal advantage for the Legion.
Yeah, Keiko had an opportunity just before that. He didn't connect and didn't get it on frame. That one, he probably felt he's got his team back in the game, but Matt Van Oekel says, no, not today. And then into the 38th minute, Villader's involved in this one. Malik Foster and Roro. Matt Van Oekel once again.
Two saves in the first half, and Rodrigo Lopez really tough to bring that ball down and get a strike, able to do it. Republic, you look at this, 10 shots. They had the possession, they were in the attack, the press was working well, but the one thing that matters is that goal, and the Legion got it. 2 shots for Birmingham, and Sacramento trying to remain perfect here at home in 2022. 9-0-3, including US Open Cup matches, that ties a 12-match streak that this team was able to earn in 2014. A tie or a win here tonight would break that record. Of course, they want 3 points on the mind. They really want to get some momentum building as they head down to Phoenix next week, and as they host Sporting KC in the Open Cup. Second half begins here in Sacramento. No changes for either side, as the Legion able to score in the early moments of the first half and now hold that 1-goal advantage in the second half. Felipe getting stuck in. Herbo able to get right back up. Off to the right side, building here. Republic trying to keep the Legion out, not give them any type of momentum, as there's not a lot of chances in a team like this. They were not ones to break off to into the corner. It goes for Dean. Dean looking for an opportunity, floats this over the top, maybe a bit too heavy, and Keiko able to chest it down. And Gurr takes a deflection and to the foot of Ryan James. Enzo Martinez, team of the week for his performance. Roro bowling him right over. You go to it soft in this game, and you're not going to get much from the referee. Malik Foster is pushed off by Crognale. This is an Adam Moffat-Tyler game, isn't it? Just a little more physical, letting them play.
I did enjoy those. The referee gives a little allowance. Usually would still step over that line a little bit, get my yellow card.
So you don't know where the edge is until you go over it sometimes, right? Or at least you can see down below. What do you want to see from Sacramento here in the first 10 minutes?
The response was good after the goal. They were creating opportunities. But you just want to see a little bit more energy, a little more injection in that final third especially. They have to be very careful of the Legion on the break. So once again, when they are attacking, staying compact defensively at the back. But you like the positions they get into. It's just, can you continue to test Matt Van Oekel, hopefully get past him.
James comes back. Quite compact, this team looking for a counter, spraying it off to the right side. Here's another chance for the Legion, and it's just off the mark. Across the face of Danny Vitiello, and Marlon Santos nearly making this 2-0 in the 48th minute.
Enzo Martinez involved, and Marlon smashes that across the face of goal, and not far away from Kasim at the back post. You'll see how compact and organized Birmingham Legion are. We spoke to Tommy Son this week, and you could tell he likes his team to be organized, very similar to Mark Briggs. Organized bunch, hard-working. Seems like there's a good team chemistry out there, and so both teams are having a particularly good season.
And ball from Gurr, not able to keep it in play. Interesting, though, there is a factor. It's warm out tonight. It started at 104 degrees this afternoon. The game kickoff was 97. And not much of a breeze, typically what you might see. How does that play into maybe substitutions here shortly, especially for Birmingham, who's gone on the road here? Not a deep bench. They've had some injuries, so Sacramento may have the advantage if they're able to add some energy with the 5 substitutions. A much younger bench compared to the veterans that this Legion team has currently on the field.
Something that comes into it, the Legion getting from Alabama to Sacramento, I'm sure it isn't easy. It probably takes a lot to travel. And
see you do. Still going to his right, try there, and Connor Donovan goes down hard. And breaking up that attack from the Legion, still on the ground, ball crossed in, bounces around, and it's sent away. And Connor Donovan outstretched there, and will be slow to pop back up. It appears to be okay. Just makes your heart stop a little bit, doesn't it? For this Legion team, just so good on a counterattack, and they're patient in that final third.
That was a great challenge by Connor Donovan, but Juan Agudelo in and around the area once again, and he's not far from putting his head in the end of that cross.
Dan Casey splitting defenders, now breaking lines. Great ball here from Malik Foster to find Keko. Getting back is Ryan James. This ball's crossed in. Here comes Felipe. Bounces around just outside the 6. Kavita is there. Republic closing in on the attack. Here comes the pressure. Siadu looking to turn. Plays this ball up. Kasim. Great challenge from LaGrassa. Legion again. Dean to the right side it goes, trying to find an edge against Lee Desmond. And Lee Desmond will go right back into it. The Irishman who has a cup title under his belt from a season ago in Sacramento, now still looking for his first goal, but making an assist here if Sacramento can get something going. Malik Foster, recovery by the Legion, well done. Back post, here's Roro. Roro off the par! That near post, just able to sneak it through, and unable to get there was Van Oekel, but it was denied anyway. Great ball from Lopez. And now a foul in the middle of the park as Enzo Martinez goes down. Just smacked that near post inches from tying this up. What a ball from Malik Foster, Adam.
Great ball, and Roro does everything right. Technique's fantastic. He's just inches away from sneaking that in at the near post. That might be his first touch in this second half, Roro. He hasn't been in it in the first 5-6 minutes, but what a touch that would have been. And that's what he can do. And getting him involved in the game on the ball. We saw it late last week in the second half against Oakland. He needs to be that focal point of the attack.
Enzo Martinez, 6 goals, 4 assists on the year. Kasim trying to cut through. Bounce around. Agudelo has it poked away. Rodrigo Lopez is run over and will draw the foul. Well, spend your summer with us. Newly launched Summer of Soccer ticket package. Score tickets to 4 matches this summer. The best rate being locked into every game. Head over to the website for more options. Over the top, Keko. Here's Kavita slipping, falling. Malik Foster. He's able to get back up. Here's Keko now. Keko, Crognale. That pairing of Crognale and Kavita have been so dominant. And that back line counts on those two to make smart plays. They've got size and they've got enough recovery speed. We've seen it several times here tonight. Sacramento just not able to catch a break, get them off guard, even with Kavita slipping there.
Yeah, and you saw Keko, he just told Malik first time, play it first time. He was through in the first opportunity, and then Malik took 2 or 3 extra touches, got himself settled, and by that time the chance had gone.
Look at Dan Casey still battling. I don't know. Close, but Haribo able to go to ground and earns the foul. Enzo Martinez now. Republican put pressure on the Legion. They own the possession here, but had not enough quality attacks on goal. Play to the corner, and Kasim is offside. Well, these two teams have played the same opponents in 7 different contests. Sacramento 4-1-2 against those same teams. The Legion 3-3-1. And Birmingham with wins against Red Bull, Phoenix, New Mexico, and Sacramento, including the Open Cup, with wins against Tulsa, Red Bull, Detroit, and Phoenix. But here they are head-to-head tonight, and 1 goal separates these two teams. We knew it was going to be close. Under the feet of Malik Foster, back to Keko. Keko's got him back on our heels. Keko turning, and it's able to get in front just enough. Johnny Dean. Sacramento, they're pounding on the door here, Adam.
That was a great play by Keko. It was a little pinball, bouncing all over the place. Johnny Dean does a good job putting his body in front.
11 shots for Sacramento tonight. LaGrassa steps in front. Back to Felipe. Felipe, double team coming. Enzo Martinez. To the left side it comes for Ryan James. To Kasim, the 25-year-old. Played attacking and defensive mid for this Legion team a season ago. Now he's more of a defensive role. Will come in to help. Dan Casey's going to switch the field. Not enough on it. Keko waiting for it. Gurr on the underlap. Gurr will find it in some space. Has 3 runners. This one's crossed in. Kavita to the left foot it goes. Haribo pushed by Keko, and 2 in the open field as Kasim is bumped off. Well, after defeating LA Galaxy, the Indomitable Club moving on the US Open Cup July 27th. The match is sold out, but you can join a wait list. Standing room tickets may be released for that one. And what a run this Republic team made, beating LA, going 5-0 in June, and it earned our very own Mark Briggs the USL Championship Coach of the Month. They conceded just 2 goals all that month, 3 clean sheets. First part of June. Beating San Antonio was one of the bigger wins of the season. So congratulations to Mark. And we talked to him about it, and he said, you know, it's anytime you get an award, it really is part of the team. The guys going out there doing what we're asking them to do. They're the ones getting the goals. They're the ones out there getting the wins. But you even hear from Matt LaGrassa this week, and he said the same thing. He said, you know what? We really don't focus on individual awards here, whether it be players or coaches, he said, but it does speak to the way that we're all performing. And so it is a good sign in terms of what the success the team is having on the year. Little combination here. Dan Casey trying to hold possession. And it'll be a throw for Republic. It's off of Marlon Santos. Holding. Malik Foster. Keko turning to his right. He's got space. And it's denied again by Kavita. Wonderful job by Kavita in that back line tonight. Roro trying to sneak it through. Kavita with 25 blocks, 87 clearances. and part of a club that allowed the second fewest goals allowed in all of USL. Dan Casey may give it a look, trying to sneak it through. Connor Donovan now up. Dan Casey, Connor Donovan still in the attack. Comes up from behind, his ankle is stepped on, and the coaching staff is furious. And Jack Gurr will lay out on a Siadu and slow this counter attack down. Casey at backup. As Marlon Santos gave it a good look. Keko with a beautiful move to get Haribo playing this ball forward. Here's Malik splitting the defenders. And how Kavita able to get there once again.
Stretching every muscle in his body to get there right before Malik Foster's breaking through on Matt Van Oekel.
And Kavita must be doing some yoga. He has had some outstretched plays tonight that have come up big, either slowing an attack down, denying a shot in the box for Sacramento. I'm not quite sure if we've seen a defensive team as good as Sacramento this year in the way that we've seen this backline play for the Legion. Santos, the Brazilian, plays it centrally. Haribo just going right down the seam. He's tripped up by LaGrassa and no call coming. Corbin May is not going to give an inch. Dan Casey, however, earning the foul as Agadello.
And it is a foul on that one, but that's where advantage has to be played. Malik Foster picks up the ball in the attacking half with a bunch of space. There's that. Yeah, Haribo going down a little too easy from LaGrassa, and the ref is showing he's not going to fall for any of that.
I didn't get to see the rest
from either side.
But Malik was in the circle and ready to turn upfield. First goal came in the first moments, officially in the second minute, just as the clock ticked 1 minute. And now the top to Foster again. Kavita using his head this time. Here's the pressure. Roro going to come to it. It's going to be Gurr instead. Roro to his right. Gurr's going to go for goal, and it's denied by Kavita. Back to Dami Villader. Villader keeps it low, and Van Oekel is down to ground. We have seen some fantastic goalkeeping the last couple of weeks here in Sacramento. And Van Oekel showing why he's one of the league's best. Just doesn't panic at all, does he? 2 looks on frame, and Kavita there. And then Dami's follow-up is picked up to the right side. Flying forward, here comes the Legion. As Kasim had a break on it, and it was the lead Esmond. And we might have some substitutions as we hit the 60-minute mark. Maybe some energy coming from the Republic bench. One thing we've seen from Malik Foster, he has not been able to go a full match yet. Still trying to work himself into some fitness. And look at this ball coming up forward. Here's flying through is James. James, and denied. Dan Casey outside of the box, but a yellow card will be shown. But may have just saved a wonderful shot on goal had he not gone to ground.
Smile from Dan Casey. I think he's happy that's a yellow there. There's no doubt that's a foul, and yeah, he'll take that any day of the week. Yeah, it's one of those. It's orange, almost bordering an orangey thing. If that touch goes a little closer towards the goal, the referee's maybe thinking possibly denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, but
he's let them play tonight. I mean, it's been a physical match. Both veteran-led teams, USL experience, MLS, European experience on both of these clubs. And while both are probably not in the playoff position they had hoped at this point in the season, they're both going to be very dangerous clubs. Here's Martinez. This one takes a nasty ricochet. And those are the ones you get a little nervous to see, as sometimes those fall into the back of the net. It'll be a corner kick instead. Looks like 3 substitutions for Sacramento. And Martinez, 2 goals and assists a week ago. Martinez, this ball's back post, crashing, still in the air, still in the danger zone as Dami Villader gets to it. And Haribo, with a left-footed attempt, goes into the stand. So Republic may be changing a bit here. And I guess we'll hold off on these substitutions. LaGrassa not able to get there. Siadou. I'm going to come back and hold possession. Haribo poked free by Felipe. Malik Foster staying on his feet, being held, goes down. Haribo, and he will see yellow. Malik Foster just too fast for many midfielders to try to slow down, and Haribo ran out of options.
Good pressure by Luis Felipe winning the ball. Malik Foster on the break. Was a defensive midfielder.
He got back up, though.
I thought this was a good challenge. I thought he got the ball there. I would be...
You might be right.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed if I was Zach Haribo, but great pressure from Luis Felipe. And Malik Foster's coming out of the game. Didn't get his goal this week, but what an opportunity for these 4 substitutions coming in. You have 25, 30 minutes to make a difference, get your team some points.
So Luther Archimed, Duke Lacroix, Nick Ross, and Douglas Martinez. Luis Felipe comes out for Nick Ross. Archimed in for Keko, and Martinez in for Foster. And it is Lacroix in for Connor Donovan. It looks like Lacroix may be centrally where Donovan was playing, where he was in the left center back position the last couple of games. Martinez a bit too heavy on the touch. Kasim, no substitutions for the Legion so far tonight, but one could be coming at any moment. Well, 2 well-deserving small, locally operated businesses will receive a custom partnership package to amplify and expand their business reach, courtesy of Citizen Business Bank Small Business Showcase. Nominations are now open. Jack Gerd, he's got plenty of room here. Peeling off his Martinez, back posts, nobody making a run. But Dami Villader able to get there in time against Dean. Trying to turn the corner, Dean did enough to shuffle his feet and get in front. So the Republic making maybe a bit more of size instead of the pace. Look at Dan Casey just going to go for goal. So Prosper Kasim out of the match. And it's Mateo Burnberry, the 17-year-old out of Minnesota. Signed with the Legion just last week. Was recently with Sporting KC2 at 4 goals and assists in 10 appearances, and the MLS Next Pro. So 4 substitutions for Sacramento. They have 1 left. Legion with just 1. They have 4 remaining. And now a yellow card is shown on Juan Agudelo.
Yeah, you saw the grimace there from Agudelo. I think him and Desmond went in for the challenge. Grimaced a little bit more when he saw that yellow too. Was not what the yellow card was shown for.
That was Haribo going in with the challenge, but the whistle was back behind. Villader. Roro. Ball played up top, Archimed. The one thing Mark Briggs has done here, maybe the pace of Keko and Foster weren't able to sneak past Kavita and Cronulla, but now you have two guys who match up size-wise a bit better. How does that play to the advantage, or at least what Mark Briggs is hoping to gain by these substitutions? Another turnover, flying forward. Opportunity. Battling.
I think, as you mentioned, with the introduction of Archimed and Douglas Martinez, two bigger boys, they might not have the same pace that we saw from Malik Foster running in behind, but they can match up a little bit better with the two center backs. And again, we haven't mentioned his name too much. Rodrigo Lopez, he's trying to get on the ball. It's those little pockets he's finding himself in. Heravo, Asaidu, picking him up non-stop. So you got to get him involved.
Gurr will try to keep this in play. Roro waits. Bunbury able to stay in front and runs over Rodrigo Lopez in a good free kick situation.
We saw standing in front.
Saw that size, what it could do against LA Galaxy, where Douglas Martinez was able to draw guys out, and you can see guys filling lanes. Felipe, Rodrigo Lopez. We get another look at the foul there. Good job by Rodrigo Lopez to school the teenager. But so there is an opportunity here. If Kavita and Cronulla are now busy with two of your opposing strikers, maybe some underlapping runs here, some follow-ups. But a good chance here for Rodrigo Lopez, one of his favorite spots. We've seen magic here before from number 8. It's been a hard-fought battle between these two sides for 70 minutes. Roro gonna go right for goal. Van Oekel sends it away. May have hit the crossbar as well. But man, Van Oekel was there. What a ball from Rodrigo Lopez.
Yeah, I don't even think Matt Van Oekel got a touch on that. I think that's straight off the crossbar. He's trying to catch Van Oekel off guard. Straight off the crossbar, Roro. I think Van Oekel has it covered if it's a little lower.
And Agudelo just took a swipe at Roro's right leg, and Roro is fired up and asking for the 4th official to do something about it. Luther Archimed getting turned around. Douglas Martinez trying to keep this in play for Sacramento. Here comes Jack Gurr using his head. Here's Luther, tries to drop it down for Martinez. Going up top, Lee Desmond is cut underneath, and Santos is going to walk off the pitch, but he's going to receive a yellow card. So Marlon Santos and the rest of this Legion are starting to pick up the yellow cards, and this could be a problem with still 20 minutes to go. But substitutions may be coming for Tommy Sohn's side.
You can see the Legion getting a little tired. They don't have that much zip in their counterattacks as we saw in the first minute. Not all the energy in the world, but that's where the Republic have made those subs. Brought fresh energy, and you can just feel things are changing a little bit here in the second half.
One thing about Luther Archimed, we've seen him over the last couple weeks, he's getting in really good positions to score. I think his next step is probably to be a little bit more selfish and just take a good shot on goal.
His 2-score is the next part.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of really good work. He's a handful.
He's doing all the hard work. You know, pay yourself sometimes. Here's Duke Lacroix. And Luke Lacroix played center back with Charlotte. Of course, Sacramento last year. Played all the left back that he could handle. And has been splitting time with Dami Villader. And now with Conrad on him and just getting back from injury, he makes a substitution here. Look at a good run. Archimed again. Archimed heading this down for Douglas Martinez. Martinez bumped off his line from Kavita. But another good position by Luther Archimed.
It's a really good run by Luther, and he's trying to get connected there with Douglas Martinez, lay it off to him, and for those two guys coming in, it's a chance. Malik Foster seems to have taken that starting striker spot. Didn't get a goal tonight. One of these two can step up. They've got another 20 minutes to try and show Mark Briggs that they might deserve a start in that next game.
One of the substitutions made is Nick Ross. Nick Ross looked really good in the Oakland Roots game, and he just had some injury issues. He got COVID, wasn't really impacted by it, but he's not been able to stay on the pitch. And he's a player that we have not seen the best of Nick Ross quite yet. He can do so many good things for this club. Here's a good chance. Dami trying to make some room here. And Martinez needs to dribble out. Good job to keep possession by the Republic. They can just keep peppering this team. Pushed off his line by James. Gurr trying to find the corner. Gurr with the corner. And this cross sent in. Nick Ross back to his left foot. Quickly back to Roro. Nick Ross can do so many things for a team. He's played that 6 role. He can also play a number 10. So he gives Mark Briggs a lot of options when he comes into the game. He came in for Luis Felipe, so more of a defensive-minded player here tonight. But you see Matt LaGrassa now shading back, so Nick will have the green light to go forward. Elk Grove Charter School, flexible and accredited 7th through 12th grade education at EGCS. We believe nobody succeeds alone. Now enrolling for the 2022-23 school year. Lee Desmond. Dami, he's had some opportunities along this left side, trying to get a good turn here. Crossing it in, waiting for Archibald. Archibald peeling back. Here comes Nick Ross. Nick Ross! Assist over the crossbar. What a look from Nick Ross to come into the play there and nearly tie this game in the 75th.
Not far away there from Nick Ross. Trying to make an impact as a substitute, and he does well to just go win that second ball. And with a weaker left foot, just can't keep it down. It's a really tough technique. You see how far away his foot was from, his body was from the ball. It is tough to keep that ball down, and you see another couple substitutions for Birmingham Legion.
Well, and Corbin May pointing to his watch as these players walking off the pitch. It's Hagedelo, and he'll be replaced by Eddie Horvat, the 23-year-old Croatian. And then Marlon Santos out for Grayson DuPont. So you look at the attack that has just come off. Kassim, Hagedelo, and Santos now out of this match. Seems like a really good opportunity here for Sacramento to keep this pressure, see if they can hold possession and whip something in and tie this game up, and potentially more. The stark difference from a week ago here at Hard Health Park. 3-3 draw. It was back and forth, plenty of opportunities for both sides to add a couple more goals. Tonight, much different. Public have had some shots on target, have had plenty of opportunities. 15 shots. They've held Legion to just 5. And we love so much about that last goal from Felipe that we saw the assist to Roro, but it was before that, winning the ball back on the throw. Ferdy Sosa moving it up to Keko, then to Emil Cuello, who put it into the corner for Roro. A full team effort in the final moments and able to earn that point. And Mark Briggs talked about the film session. He said they usually spend about 10 minutes going over film. They went over it for 40 minutes. And it was a lot of back and forth with the guys and the coaching staff to show what they could have done and the opportunities they had. Here's Jack Gurr moving to the attack. To the left side it goes. Dami via air, and it's stopped by Van Oekel. What a save from, once again, Van Oekel. 9 clean sheets in the USL, was 4th best in 2021.
And the Legion might be in a little bother here. Looks like Harivo's down. But what a save by Matt Van Oekel. You're just hoping if Jack Gurr right there, you're getting a rebound, you're getting something, but he gives you nothing.
And one more substitution. This will be it for Sacramento, as Rafa Herrighi comes into the match for Matt LaGrassa. So Mark Briggs looking for a goal here, and he might find some creativity in the 17-year-old Sacramento kid. Rafa, what does Herrighi bring to this match, and what is Mark Briggs hoping to get out of him in the next 13 minutes or so?
Definitely brings the the average age down. That's one thing he brings. That youthful, the little inexperience, the naivety, just go out there, get on the ball, make a difference. And that's what you like to see a youngster come in and do. Play full of confidence. Sacramento switched half of their starting outfield players, so it's a great opportunity if you're one of those guys who did not start tonight to be the hero.
This injury stoppage is presented by Saha Float Spa, where muscle recovery is provided.
I think a lot of the guys might need to get out there this week. It's been a hot one, as you mentioned, right at kickoff, and it's still steamy out there.
Yeah. This is the warmest I've been this late into a game in a long time. And you know what? This is a very hard point of the season for every team, and it just seems to be July's a tough month in soccer. And I guess you could probably speak to this. It gets a little bit warmer across the U.S. That's probably part of it. You've played 17, 18 games to this point. You're not as fresh. Injuries start to pick up a little bit. So these games apparently seem to get a lot harder.
Yeah, it's a long day as well. You're waiting until 8 p.m. at night to play. And sitting in, going outside, it's 104 degrees. It is tough, and the toll that these players have put on their bodies, as you mentioned, especially with Sacramento, that extended run into the Open Cup, it all adds up.
Well, you talk about the heat, and they're not going to get a reprieve from it. They're going to go down to Phoenix next Saturday and then be back here in Sacramento for the Wednesday night U.S. Open Cup match, where as of now is expected to be another warm night. Is how he tries to go through the wickets. Battling Roro. Siadu to the right side. Here is Johnny Dean. Horvat waiting for it. Takes a deflection. Jack Gerd outside of the boot. This is the one thing Sacramento does not want to see, is give this Legion team possession. Van Oekel, very good distributor. Get this ball upfield, and it's headed back to Danny Vitiello. I think Van Oekel does so many things well. He's a good communicator in the back. He's a big body, makes good stops, can distribute well, and really a complete package for a team like the Legion. We're not going to have these 3-3 games very often. They didn't score 3 goals in a match until last week, and then they went and did it twice. 3-3 draw, and then a 3-0 win over Charleston. Jack Gerd, Mark Briggs barking directions from the touchline. And it's interesting for this Legion team. They were winless in their first 4, 2 losses, 2 draws, and they didn't get their first win until they took down Hartford 2-1. Dan Casey colliding, coming through. Here comes Vitiello as Horvat was there. But recently they have won 5 of their last 7. Had an early exit in the U.S. Open Cup. But other than that, the USL Championship play has been quite good.
Also undefeated in the month of June as well. That's a similar Republic, as you mentioned, one of those similarities these two clubs hold.
Nick Ross. Lopez, still the pressure coming. A very physical Legion team. Not trying to give Sacramento any advantages. Quick touch from Larchamet. Here's Roro. Martinez making a run near post. This ball takes a deflection. Here goes Martinez. It's sent away by the Legion once again. They just do not break. They find their positions and they hold their ground. Horvat, who was signed in the offseason, came in as a substitute. And now he's going to play this ball forward from Horvat. Horvat. And Duke Lacroix sending this ball out of play. And the crowd likes the hustle from number 14.
You can tell Duke Lacroix has the fresh legs. The amount of ground he made up there, and it's one of the bonuses of having him back there. Can cover a lot of ground quickly.
Two really good stops from the keeper, Van Oekel. And the other than the goal, there hasn't been much for Danny Vitiello to do tonight. Back to James. Hervo. Crenale being pressured by Arthur Archimed. Archimed now forcing Dean into the corner. Dean wants nothing to do with this. And was able to get it to Vitiello. That size has really had an impact on Crenale and Kavita tonight, but those two have still held strong enough. Martinez. Rafa Hadegi waiting for it. Here's Rafa. Rafa with a quick touch. Too many. Got to hit it the first time. Too many times we've seen that tonight from Sacramento. Had a good look at it. Give it a ride, and it's allowing the Legion to recover it.
Really good play by Douglas Martinez, and Rafa Hadegi's touch just gets away from him. It's one of his strengths as his first touch, but not in that case. He's thrown way too much to the defender.
Saw with Luther Archimed as well, taking the extra touch. Instead, just go for it. Now the takeaway from the Legion. Dean. Back to James here, the Canadian. Played with Pittsburgh the last 2 seasons before joining the Legion. A season ago, 33 appearances, 65 interceptions. A solid contributor to this team and part of the core that they wanted back for 2022. Comes the press from Luther. Dan Casey does a nice job, but unable to keep it possession. Here goes James. James slicing through, takes a deflection, popped up in the air for Vitiello. Still a 1-0 game. That goal was scored in the 2nd minute. And while Republic have been the more dangerous team, they've been unable to tie this game up. Will we see some more late game magic from this Republic side? See the Zach Harivel going down to the ground, and quickly the referee Corbin May gives him a helping hand and gets him right back up.
That's the end of his night. Referee says you may as well better stand up for giving you your 2nd yellow card.
Gonna be Bruno Lapa, the Brazilian 25-year-old. Who in 2020 made the All-USL first team with 5 assists and 8 goals. Roro. Here's Nick Ross.
Got to throw everything at it here. If you're Sacramento, that undefeated record at home this season's on the line. But not only that, these points start to matter at this point of the season.
Here we go, good build-up. Martinez. Ball crossed. And Duke Lacroix maybe looking for Rafa Harrigy on the right side here. That streak is at 12 unbeaten. Last time we saw that was in 2014. And this club trying to beat it. One of the goals Mark Briggs had coming into the season was make Heart Health Park a fortress. And so far they've been able to do that. And the Legion trying to add to the first blemish here at home for Sacramento. And credit to the Legion, they have taken this crowd out of this game tonight. I mean, you don't feel the energy and the spark that you did the last couple of times out here. And to their credit, this is a club that they're going to try to be a momentum killer, and they've done it time and time again tonight. The reason for the 1-goal advantage, and they've been able to hold on to it for 86 minutes now.
They have, and this crowd trying to give one last push, get the players going for 5 more minutes.
And yeah, depending on how much time we might see here, you still have plenty of opportunities for Sacramento as the Quad tries to keep that in play, finding back to Lee Desmond, misstruck a bit. And Martinez back to Dean.
The Legion have been one of those teams who actually are better on the road than they are at home. So they're a team that seem to travel well, and you can see why. You can see they're organized, and as you mentioned, they work hard for one another. But this might go down as their biggest victory if they can hold on here.
Well, Tommy Sensa, they're so used to travel, they've always been living in the airport. Is Rafa Hadagi moving forward? Rafa looking for some space, triple team coming, and is pushed from behind. He is awarded, and here is a yellow card to Bruno Lapa. And the Legion are fired up, and this is Rodrigo Lopez written all over it. How about the youngster Rafa Hadagi moving forward into the attack? The triple team was coming. Kavita and company furious, but here comes Lapa. And Lapa got underneath his feet. That's a tough call.
Yeah, he definitely gets that. I think Rafa's looking for the options, and maybe gets a little bit of Rafa's foot there. But we saw 15 minutes ago, Rodrigo Lopez, almost identical position.
I'll tell you what, that's actually not a bad foul for the Legion. That, again, momentum killer. I don't hate that if I'm Tommy Son.
No, you don't like this, though.
You don't love it after what we saw Rodrigo Lopez do, nearly dip it under the crossbar. And Van Oekel is screaming to move that wall, which is now, it's going to be 3 players deep with Asidu off on Jack Gurr. They've just announced 4 minutes of stoppage time here in the stadium. Roro dipping this ball in a bit too high. And on the other end, it looked like it fell into the net, and the crowd was ready to explode. This stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh Something Extra. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today. Interesting enough, Roro just usually right on point. He's had a little bit extra in that ball tonight. You can see the grimace on his face after that one. He was a bit upset the way that he struck that.
Yeah, that late magic that he produced last week, and there's still time for it tonight. But I think he was just hoping that would have been the moment there.
Gurr, unable to keep it in play. And Maylap touched off a Horvat, and it's a goal kick. Birmingham Legion, several games on the road. I think this is number 5. They started 4 their first 5 at home to start the year. They've come to a tough place where not a single team has been able to pick up 3 points here. Still time for Sacramento to keep this record alive. Bunbury, the 17-year-old out of Minnesota, moving forward. You're getting possession if you're Sacramento. That's the one good sign here with the last couple of minutes to go. Here comes the battle. Archimed doing a nice job against Kavita here late. Kavita holding. Archimed goes down. Asidu. And now Kavita is screaming, and he may go to the pocket here soon as Kavita now kicking the ball around. You got to show yellow here.
Yeah.
And what it does too for Sacramento, you're now adding time if you're the Legion. I don't really understand that, especially as Kavita has been spectacular defensively tonight. And trying to disrupt you a little bit outside for Roro, but nonetheless.
Yeah, it's always one fans love to see as well. Whenever you see that stranger pop up in the attacking end, that stranger's going to be Danny Vitiello. He's all the way up there looking to get on the end of this.
Vitiello adding some size. Rodrigo Lopez over it. Rafa Hadagi. Roro delivering this one low. Down goes Archimed. Takes it off the head of the Legions. A see-you-do, and it will be a corner kick here for Rodrigo Lopez.
Danny Vitiello stays up.
Sacramento, can they do it for a second straight week? Score in the final minute of the game. Roro, hard ball low. Rafa Hadagi, big swing. And Danny Vitiello's got to run to get back in a hurry. Duke Lacroix will let this out of play and throw it back to Vitiello. 20 seconds and counting, maybe about a minute after the yellow card handed to Kavita. So Republic may have one good look left as here comes the Legion swarming. Martinez, good job here by Duke Lacroix tracking this into the corner. And that is the final whistle as the Republic were given no extra time for the yellow card on Kavita, and that brings the game to a close, and the streak at home is over at 12 unbeaten as the Legion from Alabama come in to secure a 1-goal victory. What a performance from front to back. You got to hand it to the Legion. They played their game. They played solid soccer for 90+ minutes. And we'll take a look at a defensive effort from Dan Casey. Was spectacular as well. Cronali, Kavita thought they were brilliant. I think those two ultimately won the game for this Legion team.
They did. Matt Van Okel, throw him in there too, and the woodwork, crossbar, that post, that always helps. But
twice tonight, 2 for Rodrigo Lopez off
the
post and then the bar.
Yeah, the Legion came in, they were organized, they were disciplined, and they'll be gone on that long trek back to Alabama. Delighted with the 3 points they've taken here from Sacramento.
So the Republic have been brilliant at home, and we knew it was going to be a 1-0 game tonight. You just had a sense it was not going to be much more than that, and that's how it ends up here in Sacramento. Post-game show is coming up next.
Sacramento is known as the city of trees, so it's important to take good care of them. Young trees need watering 2 to 4 times per week. Older trees need watering 1 to 2 times a month. Adding mulch around the base reduces evaporation. Save our water. Save our trees. Save California.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
You wouldn't check your phone if the game was on the line, so why do it when your life is on the line? Stay in the game. Make good decisions each and every time you drive. To learn more, visit impactteamdrivers.org.
Welcome back to Sacramento as the Legion come all the way from Alabama and pick up 3 points on the road. A massive 3 points for them as they try to continue to climb the standings in the Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, Sacramento trying to hang on to that playoff picture, and were unable to earn a last-second draw there with a goal. 2 good looks from this Republic team, and yet unable to get one to go. They outshot this Legion team, and early on though, this was the difference maker. That counterattack we knew was going to be good. A little overplay from Dami Villader in between 2 minds. Santos cut it in, and Enzo and Agudelo did the rest.
That was it. That was the game right there. don't know if we need to show anything else. That was the game winner. Juan Agudelo, he was a handful tonight, and he took that really, really well.
Incredible, just one play tonight was the difference maker. I mean, it's how it happens. And unfortunately, I don't think they had a really good look for the rest of the game. It didn't matter for 88 minutes after. They didn't need one. Sacramento continued to put the press on, but Kavita and Crognale, to me, made so many fantastic plays. And then Van Oekel 3 times tonight made some key stops when they needed to, and they came up big and they made the plays and probably deserved the win tonight.
Yep, big night for them. This was one. Rodrigo Lopez, that was the second time he hit that woodwork. Previously hit that post with a better opportunity, which was the one that was real close to tying it up.
And Republic just kept battling. They owned possession tonight. They had the looks. They had the better looks probably, just not enough. And look at this from Nick Ross. Loved this ball. That's just tough. I mean, that's probably 1 in 50 you're going to drop that in, but still, nonetheless, you love the fight from the Sacramento club. And the one thing we've seen this year is that maybe it's not going to always go your way. You look at statistically and you say 19 shots, 3 on target though, and I think there's a disparity. You get a few more of those, and you might have a better chance. Either way, I thought they were the better team for most of the game, but there was a couple of counterattacks, and when you look at it as a whole, well, the Legion played more compacted. Defensively, they were probably the better team, and that ultimately gave them the win tonight.
It does, and that scoring a goal so early changes the game, how it's done, and yeah, the 2 shots off the woodwork don't count as a shot on target either, and those were 2 glorious opportunities. So disappointing result. The fight was still there. Maybe a little tiredness from the heat. You know, we'll put that down. But
I know we were tired. Well, it's not going to get easier going on the road to Phoenix, and a team that has really struggled this year, but they do play well at home. Here's our Western Health Advantage upcoming games. Of course, the big one on July 27th, and then you're on the road. So 3 straight USL Championship games on the road. Charleston not having a great year, but New Mexico playing as good as anyone as of late. So it doesn't mean this is going to get easy. And then RGV on August 6th. But Adam, when you look at this, and I know part of tonight was like, we got to build some momentum going against Sporting KC. This was an MLS-type performance in the Legion tonight.
It was. That's what you're going to come up against. Organized, disciplined teams. But that's still such a massive game in this club's history, that July 27th. I cannot wait for it.
And it's going to be interesting that KC, they've really struggled in MLS this year, so that they're pretty much playing for a trophy. Here's our Power Business Technology image of the match. And Luis Felipe, he's been brilliant this summer. There's no doubt about it. Maybe a little bit of a slow start for him trying to feel this new team, but he's been one of the better players on the pitch. And so we'll give him a good look here in the Power image of the match. Well, here's it from Sacramento. It's the Legion with the victory. They win 1-0 on a second-minute goal. I want to thank our entire crew here in Sacramento for our producer, Abe Aponte. He's Adam Moffat. I'm Rob McAllister. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you next week against the Phoenix Rising down in the desert. Kickoff set for 7:30. We'll see you then.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.